And I mean, these people that the American government claims they are illegal, are they still illegally living in the United States, or they are referring to when they enter the countries in the first place? They entered illegally, but by the time they legalize their presence, and now they are either they have a green card or a residence permit, or even some of them have passports, American passports. So are they still illegally living in the United States, or they are deporting them based on the origins of their entrance?
Well, again, my reluctance to answer the question yes or no is only stems from the fact that they're unclear on what they're doing, right? They're saying they're doing one thing and then in fact they're doing another. The fact that over the course of the last several weeks, because right now we're at the end, we've just finished all the high school graduations, all the grade school graduations, the college graduations are all over. The fact that ICE was showing up at grade schools because they knew that grandparents and parents would be there, that the children were born in the United States. So, they have that constitutional right, they have that birthright citizenship. But the fact that the White House is now backtracking on this constitutional right and saying we're going to show up to children's schools. And when we, these masked individuals, detain children, their parents are going to show up and then we can arrest the parents. I mean, that's, this is why there are so many protests. This is one of the reasons why we're seeing so many protests. And the White House is referring to them as riots, but there are no riots.
And I mean, what is driving this whole thing? So, I'm living in Germany, and and Europe, like United States, like a lot of developed countries like Japan and so on, are now understanding the hard lesson that relying only on national population will not be enough in the coming future. We see that
of course
in Japan, aging population, and I see this clearly even in the streets in Germany. If even by eyeballing, look how many old people are working in the streets vis-a-vis the young people. You will even see this. So the lessons from history and from the other experiences prove that economics will not survive relying on migrants, on smart and not I don't say that open the door for everyone. This is not the right way of doing this. But loosening migration controls and allowing a combination of skilled and unskilled migrants to balance the population, the population equation between elderly, working age population to make things going on. So why the American government and Trump's administration cannot see this? What is driving their decisions, do you think?
Well, I think we have to not talk about Trump for just one moment. We have to recognize that there are these nationalist pressures all across the world right now. Brexit was fueled almost exclusively by anti-European sentiment on the part of Nigel Farage and Boris Johnson. There are too many non-British people in Britain, and we need to get them out. So if you vote to leave, we can throw these people from Eastern Europe out of England. And I think that's a very important thing. The anti-tourist sentiment and the protests that are going on in Barcelona right now, everything that's going on in France. I mean, all of these things, there is a rise of anti-immigrant sentiment and anti-foreigner sentiment in many countries right now. Now, as far as the United States is concerned, all I can say is that the Trump administration has repeatedly said in his first term and during this term as well, that his goal is to make America great again. And whether it was President Trump talking about making America great or President Biden talking about the United States once again becoming a manufacturing juggernaut, this is very unrealistic in light of the fact that you are literally deporting the people who would be doing those jobs.